don't have to eat like slaves anymore because we're not slaves.
If you cannot control what you eat, then you cannot control what you feel.
Eat your largest meals in the middle of the day, not the end of the day.
What part the homeostasis plays, you're on your way to healing yourself. The homeostasis is the internal environment where your body is at its ultimate functionality for healing.
Just keep in mind that everything that is happening to you is happening for you.
Hello, and grand rising to all. I am Carolyn Gentle, and you're in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. And today's topic is healthy foods that may not be as nutritious as you thought. Come on in. Thank you all so much for joining us here at 8 a.m. PST. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining us. Please share the live. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on Instagram. So please share the live. If you have not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Dr. Farid Zarif. Dr. Zarif, go ahead and join me here on stage.
Good morning, everyone and all. It's great to see you. Let's get it on. Care, how's it going?
It is going wonderful. Happy Saturday to you.
It was fantastic. Thank you. We want to get right into it. Those people that are on Instagram, along with the people that are here and live streaming right on YouTube, and of course Facebook. We should have a lot of company. So I think I'll put another kettle of tea on and get ready to serve it up.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So it's great. Today we're talking about a wonderful subject, and we're talking about those the foods that may be just called or generalized as health foods or healthy foods, may not be as healthy as we think they are, and we're going to discuss that. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to get ready and go into this right away because we got a lot of stuff to cover. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go right into it. Now, when we talk about health foods, of course, we're talking about food that we kind of trust that is healthy. And if it comes from a health food store, then people are more apt to, buy it because it's in a health food store. But that doesn't necessarily mean that just because it's in the health food store, that it's going to be healthy. Okay, this is something that I think that really works. Remember, we said repetition is the master of study. So I'm going to bring before you a couple of things that I think that you may already know. And if you do already know it, we get a chance to augment it. And if you don't, this is some information that you should commit to your memory, because it'll come in handy day by day, and for your family, or explanations or understanding of a nutrition science is very instrumental in being able to use it right away. So let's move on to some of the things that we should know already. Okay, so I'll start off with fruit and berries, for instance. Now, fruit and berries, these are some of the things that we all know we like. A lot of us, I would say we all know and we like, and they actually feel comfortable about that. But, there's always an exception to the rule, meaning that there's somebody that's juxtaposed what I'm saying. So let's just look at it as a offer of education to add to your already brilliance. As we talk about fruit and berries, so the different fruit that we eat and the berries they're popular health food. Now, I'm starting off telling you about the good stuff about the food, so that as you continue to study or you continue to use the different vegetables and different types of fruit, and then we break those down, you have a good understanding of what they are and how do they serve you. So that's why I'm going back over this. Okay. So we know fruit and berries, they're very popular because people love them. Why? Because they have a lot of sugar. They're very, very sweet, and they're nutritious, meaning that they have a lot of polyphenols, which means just the poly meaning many, and the phenols that refers to the phenolic compounds. So we have phenolic compounds in the fruit, meaning that there are nutrients that usually our body doesn't make itself. So we have to be uh, um, exogenous. We have to get them from outside. Very seldom, if we'll come across like things that our body makes, and if we haven't discovered that yet, that's something to be discovered. But most of the fruit and vegetable nutrients are exogenous, meaning our body doesn't make it. Endogenous means that that is within our body to make. So that's the difference: exogenous, endogenous. Okay, we go ahead and move forward to going to apples now. Now, these are very simple things, but it's things that you can commit to your memory. Um, and I know I'm going to say this every once in a while. Be still and relax. Being still just means to be calm, not freeze. But when it comes to taking care of business here, I want you to know that um, there's going to be times that you're going to like, oh, I need something, some fire in front of me, or jump through a hoop or something like that. But this isn't entertainment nutrition. This is educational. And through this education, you're going to learn a lot about other things other than just what you're hearing at the moment. So we'll start with the apples. And apples, they contain fiber. You know what fiber is. Fiber are those foods that cannot be digested or they're digested partially. Then you have vitamin C. Vitamin C is a part of that trio A, C, and E. A, C, and E, remember, spells ACE. And that C is very abundant in most foods. Vitamin C is one of the best sources of vitamin C is one of the best antioxidants. It's an antioxidant such as vitamin E is an antioxidant and vitamin A is an antioxidant. What does that mean? It just simply means that these are substances, vitamins that protect us against cellular damage. Now, if we have a lot of cellular damage, we tend to look aged prematurely. We have an abundance of wrinkles, the skin sags. We lose that suppleness, and you'll see a child that has a lot of that along with lipids, and which are fat, which is fat, and that's just a part of the growing routine. So this is very important. The vitamin C and the fiber in your apples. Now, of course, you can just bam, bam, and go to the next one, but that's what we've been doing year after year. And we're doing better, but we have to, when you pick up an apple, you should remember that, hey, this is going to help me with softening or maintaining a good bowel movement, and vitamin C was going to give me the oxidants that I need to protect my cells. So that in itself is something different than an apple a day keeps the doctor away. That is for children in nursery school. Let's move on to avocado. Now, the avocado, There's a few that many people do refer to avocados as avocados, which isn't correct. Just like you have people that refer to turmeric as turmeric. Turmeric is correct. So you'll find that there'll be salmon, but people will say salmon. So the correct pronunciation is salmon. So these are some of the things that you can use in every day. I love this one. We finish with this. This is going to be a great way for you to have a reference for things that you can look forward to using almost on a daily basis. Now, the avocados, they're different from most of the fruits because they have lots of healthy fat. When it comes to healthy fat, we're talking about the essential fatty acids. They are not only creamy and tasty, but also high in fiber, high in potassium, and they're also high in vitamin C. So this is really great. I have a note here for you. You can swap the mayonnaise for avocado, use it as a salad dressing or a spread. And this way you don't have to consume so many of the products that are produced or over or ultra processed or refined. You want to keep those things out of your body because they'll keep you sick and make you more vulnerable to disease. A tablespoon of avocado oil is extremely healthy. It contains 124 calories, 10 grams of monounsaturated, and monounsaturated means that like avocado, that would be in your, usually an avocado is a mixture. Avocado is a mixture of the different oils. But when the hesitation here, I was thinking over here, the avocado oil itself is what is called a monounsaturated fat. And that's when we buy it. Some of us take it by spoon and we mix it up on salad dressings and so forth. 2 grams of polyunsaturated fat and 2 grams of saturated fat. So the composition of that particular butter pair, as it's called in some places, it's also called vegetable butter. But most people today use like this soy, the butter that's made from soy, and then you have butter made from cashews and other sources. This is because it's unrefined. And this is what we want when you buy in your aloe, when you buy in your avocado. It's very important that you get the avocado that is cold pressed so that you can retain the nutrients that are in there for you. And therefore is to digest and to make your body healthier. Next, we go to bananas. The very first thing you think about when you talk about bananas is what you hear. I can hear it through the screen. Potassium, right? So potassium, they can work just like an antispasmodic. It'll give you more relaxed muscles and avoiding cramping. So let's move on from here. You have the blueberries that are also filled with antioxidants. Those are, again, you at least you know that you're going to get A, C, and E as the antioxidants. And then you're going to have oranges. Oranges are filled with vitamin C. Usually when you think about vitamin C, you think about that little cup of or glass of vitamin C or orange juice in the morning, but they're also high in fiber, and fiber is there again to keep you regulated. Next, we have the strawberries, and the strawberries are highly nutritious and both in both in carbs and in calories. So this is all right. Now here comes the change. Now you might say, "Oh, I don't eat eggs." Well, I don't either, but that doesn't mean you have to negate the news about the eggs. And the news about the eggs, or the knowledge or the science, is right here. We're going to just talk about that a little bit, so you will know about that. So the eggs are referred to a highly nutritious food that is also a useful source of protein. It's been demonized for years because of the sometimes the misinformation of the cholesterol. And the yolk has been found to have more cholesterol. Egg albumin has a lower amount of cholesterol. So it's been called even the perfect food. But there are other, yes, you can do without it. You can eat other foods and other foods that have the same thing. But if it were up to you to eat this and have some choices, you may eat less of it, or you might not eat it at all. But the idea is that you're going to end up, you have a choice. Okay. And now we will go to some of the other foods. Now, I mean, meat really, really, we really get this information that this makes us like want to throw up sometimes. And then other people that are pretty much stuck on meat, they'll, or, you know, those who are big fans of meat, they'll, of course, rebuke that, whatever they hear about it, because they have no intention of not eating meats. So here's the scoop on the meats. The lean beef is an excellent source of protein. If I go down to chicken, and if I said lamb and mutton, it'll be the same thing. All of these different types of meat, they're sources, or have been studied for sources of protein. But they're also the lean meat. If you eat it in moderation, that is, it also provides highly bioavailable iron. So a person that may be low in iron, one of the things that your physician may be suggesting to you right away is you need to eat some lean beef, or they might say you need to eat some meat. You don't eat meat? Oh man, no, you got to eat some meat. Well, that is that's at least not the style in which I prefer. I rather say, well, these are some of the best sources of iron, so that you can get, build up yourself, instead of just saying one thing. And usually your physician will say exactly what he or she does for themselves in their life, but they may not go over, well, there are some other alternatives, right? So be aware of that, because you always don't ever relinquish the control that you have over yourself. Don't ever just give up your control of yourself to someone else, regardless of what title they may have and what experience they may have. You stick with those things that are best for you. And the best way to understand that is by education. Now, chicken breast is low in fat and the calories, but they're high in protein, as I said earlier. And then there's some other source of other nutrients. Why do you get nutrients from animals anyway? Why? Because these animals are eating food that this food is just laden with nutrients. And when you have these nutrients, you're now eating them indirectly. You're not eating straight from the bush or straight from the grass. And this is what allows you to get some of these different types of nutrients, as people talk about the nutrients that they get from meat. Now, some people that are vegans know one of the bigger things, I'm not going to stick with this a long time, but vegans have a very excellent point about not eating meat, especially in today's climate. That is that the footprint, or I should just put it this way, the amount of space that is used or acreage that is used in order to raise cattle is a big part of our ecosystem being wrecked, because it takes so much land to first of all, to mind the cows or the cattle or the sheep or the goat and so forth, that it is definitely obvious now that it is affecting us in the most derogatory way. Now let's look at nuts and seeds. This is interesting because despite the high unsaturated fat and calories, nuts and seeds may help lower the risk of cancer and cardiovascular disease and other health issues. So nuts, again, we go back to the essential fatty acids, the EFAs. When you're eating nuts, you don't have to eat a whole bunch of nuts like a big bowl, but just take enough where you grab in and you got about 8, maybe 10 nuts that you are eating, walnuts and pine nuts and macadamia nuts and cashews, all of those. And I suggest that you eat them raw also. And that is because if you take like a seed and you roast the seed and then you put that roasted seed in the soil, it will not grow. And therefore, all of the nutrients are gone. It doesn't have what it takes to grow into a plant. But if you are eating raw and you take the raw seed and you take that seed and you drop it into the soil, then after a few days, you'll start seeing a sprouting of a plant. And that's because of the nutrients in the plant. Now, when it comes to destroying the nutrients, there's other ways that people destroy nutrients also, and that is heat and light. And some of our vitamins are very sensitive to heat and light. We'll go over that at another time, but for now, you know that if you want to eat vitamins and minerals, that you want to make sure that they're in a container that is protective against the sun or a lot of light. Okay. Then we have almonds and chia seeds and coconuts. I don't know if you've eaten chia seeds before, but if you have this lack of energy and you want to get a more pep in your step, well, chia seeds are, it's like magical because they're little bitty beads, it looks like. And when you crunch them, the same thing, like little grains. And they are just absolutely wonderful because they are packed with magnesium, manganese, calcium, and just those three alone, magnesium, manganese, and calcium, will help to keep you in a parasympathetic nervous system mode, which meaning keeping you relaxed. Just those three, just by itself. And also in these three, you also see the manganese, the magnesium, and calcium. This is good for bone health. So these are super important, but that chia will keep you, if you put that especially in a smoothie and get you a glass, you drink it up, you'll see that shortly thereafter, you'll have more energy. Just don't mix it up with these. A lot of the smoothies that people are making are just nothing but a sugar show. So you have to, don't use over 3 servings of fruit. That means like a banana or 2 bananas or 3 bananas, and then that's it. And then, or you have a small apples or 3 small apples, an apple, a pear, and a banana, you see? And that way you don't overdo it with the sugar. It's very easy to overdo it with the sugar, very easy. So keep that in mind. These are some things that you may already know, but I'm here to remind you about those, okay? Let's go into the almonds again. Now the almonds, they're found they contribute to weight loss. So those people that are eating almonds, this is one of the good ways to keep in mind that you can have something crunchy, a really good snack, but you also have the food that supports your gut or the microbiota, and that means that their friendly bacteria. It helps to support the friendly bacteria. It also is known to improve your thinking, manage your heart rate, and it's also, again, is great for people that are under a lot of stress. And also, this really helps your skin because this has a lot of the um, vitamins in them. So these are really, really cool. Along with macadamia nuts, your walnuts, and Brazil nuts, all of this is very wonderful. You will get selenium from your Brazil nuts. Now, selenium is really great, like people with thyroidism, for instance, or people that take selenium. Guys, this is very important for your overall health. Including your heart and your brain. So all of these are very important and very easy to access. They're available in your health food stores and some now in as supplements in your supermarkets. Now, when it comes down to your the vegetables, you have your asparagus, you have bell peppers, broccoli, carrots. All of this is really important here to know what these help you in, because it makes you more excited about eating. And what I mean, what it helps you in is the particular nutrients that are in the vegetables. Let's go to broccoli. Most people like broccoli. This is a cruciferous vegetable that tastes great, and we can eat it raw, like in a raw salad, or cooked. It's an excellent source of fiber and vitamin C and K. Remember, C is an antioxidant, and K is great for hypercoagulant. So the vitamin K is a big part of the coagulation of blood, meaning that if you were to cut yourself, this is those particles will help to mend the cut or help you to heal the sore, especially in bleeding circumstances. And it contains a decent amount of protein compared with other vegetables. So this is also like a source of protein. Broccoli is very instrumental when you are answering the question, where are you going to get your protein? I'm going to stop now. We're going to bring Care back up for our halftime, and we'll be right back.
Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif, and thank you to everyone that has joined us here in the Mind of Nature. Today's topic is healthy foods that may not be as nutritious as you thought. So please go ahead and share the live, have others be a part of the conversation as well. Thank you all so much for joining us. We are streaming live right now on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on Instagram. So great information, Dr. Zarif. As always, bringing the great information to us to elevate, update, and educate us. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Dr. Zarif, I'm going to send it back to you so you can continue to educate us.
All right. Sounds great. Well, let's get it on. Here we go, everybody. Thank you for being here. And those of you that are listening to a playback, thank you for doing that. We really appreciate it. We also appreciate you taking time to subscribe and making some comments. Let us know how we're doing, what you would like to hear. If there's some other things you want to talk about, all of this is very important to us. So I am going to see here if I can Very cool. We have like Mr. Palmer, 1987, that's here with us this morning. Yay, we finally got the hook up with Instagram. We've been having some challenges there, but thank you for being here. And then we have Spiral by Norsing. I think that's how. Spiral by Norsing. Um, Welcome here. Is really great to have you here, and we really mean that, because every person here is definitely makes the difference in our shows, and our presentations are based on that vibe. So thank you for that vibe, everybody. I'm going to go over here and also say hello to. Do we have? Oh, Yolanda Rogers is in the house. Thank you so much, Yolanda, for being here. Blessings from Big Mama. Yes, indeed. Yeah, she is jamming and representing Detroit. She's in Ann Arbor, actually, right next to Detroit. And thank you so much. She, along with her beautiful brothers, they're doing absolutely wonderful. See. Now we see Joe is in the gym working out. I love it. I love it. And JJ is always being very helpful and setting great examples. And Big Mama is doing super great. She's looking good. She's come down in weight. She's had a lot of body changes going on. She still looks fantastic, and she's helping people while she's helping herself. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. We're going to get back down to this some of the frequently asked questions. So we'll go right into the Care. Why don't you come on here and then come up, and then you read the questions and I'll just go over the answers. Okay, we'll start off with this one.
All right, we're talking about the frequently asked questions. What are the 20 most healthy foods?
So the 20 most healthy foods, how are we going to even figure out that? But we have to look at what are called nutrient ratios. And these nutrient ratios are vitamins, minerals, food ingredients, additives, processing, specific lipids, which are fats, fiber, and protein. And the phytochemicals. Remember, phytochemicals are what? The word phyto simply means plant. So they're the chemicals from the plant. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, Karen, you next.
All right. What foods are healthy to eat every day?
The foods that are healthy to eat every day. First of all, you want to make sure that you mix up the foods. Don't just eat the same stuff every day. Like people eat maybe an apple and a glass of milk in the morning every day. Mix it up. That is proof, and we have evidence that when you are eating a variety of foods, your body is healthier. When you eat the same things over and over and over, one thing is very monotonous and it makes you bored of that food. And that's why we go crazy on a bag of chips. And then you get back over to the food and you only eat one and two of those things. So thank you for that. All right, let's go to the next question.
All right. What is the number one healthiest food?
In the comments, everybody, write what you think is the most healthiest. What's your number one healthiest food? What's the number one healthiest food? And then we'll come back to that in a minute. I want to see what you're thinking. And okay, so here you go. I'm gonna let you glance at that, and then we're gonna keep going. Here we go. Now, next. Just read the top, please.
All right. Health foods that may not be as nutritious as you thought. You mean that top up there?
Yeah. All right. Great. Super. So good. Thank you. So this is Carrie, you've heard of this before, the granola bars, right?
Yes.
You heard of granola. And also you can buy granola in the packs.
Yes.
Just a bag of granolas. But did you know this, Care? Even though some granolas and granola bars are quite nutritious, many are packed with added sugar and very high in calories. So that means when you eat those, it also comes with a lot of calories. Calories are units of what? Heat
Heat and
and
energy.
there. Go ahead. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm learning from the best.
Oh, hey, you jamming. So these are just very, very important. Remember, they're packed with added sugar. So when you're eating just that little, and it just feels that, oh, I see a little dried pineapple, a raisin, look, a cashew, and all of that. That might appear to be, but you should be very aware that if you're going to eat that, eat very, very little. For example, a two-thirds of a cup, which is 67 grams, serving of Nature Valley oats or dark chocolate protein granola contains 7 grams of added sugar and 290 calories. 290 calories, that's more than some like breakfast. So it can get it's not a whole lot, but it's like to be eating a candy bar, which is essentially what it is. It can amount very, very rapidly. So another thing that they can cause is obesity, fatty liver. Fatty liver is hepatic megaly. So hepatic meaning liver, megaly meaning fat. So you can end up with a fat liver by eating these very sugary products. And then, of course, heart disease. Now, who would have even thought that? But yes, the foods that we eat can make the difference in our heart health. Next, what we got coming up here? What we got next?
We're talking about flavored yogurts.
Flavored yogurts. Now, what is that? What comes to your mind when you think about that, Karen?
The first thing is yogurt that has flavor. I think about strawberry, strawberry flavored.
That reminds me of the sister that came to my office, and she was saying that she was there for what she was there for, and I remember reading her list of things that she can start adding to a grocery list, and I one of the things was oatmeal, and then she said, "Oh no, I can't stand oatmeal." And I said, "Why not?" And then she said, "Because it just tastes like a lot of oats and a lot of meal."
Yeah,
What's is is you hear the weirdest things, but anyway,
you,
um,
you're gonna get me to agree with the things that that person said that you thought was weird. I'm like, yeah, yeah, it does.
yeah, right. Well, you say, yeah, okay. Oh, that's all it is in there. But that was quite funny. The other thing is that when it comes to flavored yogurts, so we're talking about those. You will have plain yogurt, but now from the lab, there are different types of artificial flavors that can go into that plain yogurt to make it taste like it has strawberries in it, that it has bananas in it, that it have any fruit that they want to put out, whatever's the hottest that's working. You notice that usually strawberry and blueberries and cherries are on the top of the list. Why? Because of the how sweet it is and the taste. Other things you don't usually hear, you don't hear about. You might hear about apples sliced up and put in the yogurt, but as far you don't hear can I have some apple flavored yogurt?
Right.
Usually that and other uh, combinations don't work that well. All right, what's the next?
Protein drinks and bars.
Wow, talk to me about protein drinks. Have you ever had any protein drinks?
I've actually I was mixing that up with energy drink. I want to say yes because it would seem weird for me to have not had ever had a protein drink before, but it's not something that I would drink a lot of. But that wasn't something that I would run to as far as protein drinks.
Oh, okay. Well, and some foods that are naturally high in protein, like fish and eggs and beans, are without a doubt the healthiest choices. And then those people that have been studying more, like we talked about seeds, we talked about nuts, all of these are also sources. Even broccoli, I doubt very seriously if you're going to have a broccoli shake, because it'll, some people will go for it, but I think I'll wait to see how that turns out. But when it comes to your protein drinks and protein bars, you're going to get an excess of artificial sweeteners. Again, those sweeteners, and then artificial colors. And you're going to have oils that you didn't know that was there. And one of the things definitely that are mixed in these protein drinks will be thickeners. So there's the chemicals that'll make it appear thicker than what it would be naturally. Okay. So and what we have next, Care?
Sports drinks and energy beverages.
Now, these are some of the things like you have fruit punch, Gatorade. You have, like, when it comes to your energy drinks, you have what? Rockstar.
Red Bull.
Red Bull. There's
Right.
another one. That's another real popular one.
Monster.
Yeah, Monster. That's the one. And these people, of course, they are making millions and millions of dollars because you can see them at the different stadiums. They advertise with race car drivers. They're just they're all over the place, and it's really very successful because some people actually believe the way that they get their energy and the way that they feel better is to drink a lot of caffeine. When it comes down to those drinks, it's that sugar and it's the caffeine, the sugar and the caffeine. So these are some of the things that you want to avoid because they are, over time, they'll end up working against you instead of for you. The other thing that's really important is that the researchers have linked drinking sweetened beverages with health issues, including high blood pressure, fatty liver, and obesity. And this also happens in children early on. That's why many of our children in our community, you will hear that they had things like, oh, that brother, he has type 2 diabetes. How old is he? 9. 9? How is that possible? Well, the parents are feeding their children these very complex foods at an early age, and they're eating much too much sugar. They're eating much too having and also ingesting the different artificial coloring and artificial taste. Like the taste of food is very important, and people get paid they get paid a lot of money to make these flavors up and to make a combination in which people will find delicious. You can get a PhD in flavor science today. It's really a whole different world. Let's go ahead here. Now the gluten. I'm not. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's my turn. My turn. No, I'm just kidding. Gluten-free snack foods.
All right. It seems like I should have stayed there and help you with that on that.
Gluten-free snack foods.
All right. And now the thing about this, most people think that, that there are people that are celiacs, which means that, excuse me, they have some kind of a allergic reaction to the gluten, right?
Right.
I was waiting for you to say right to fill in for him, but that's all right. Let's go ahead.
Oh, no, I did. I did say it. I said it right. I did.
Okay. Great. So the gluten,
We go watch the run the tapes. Run the tapes.
The gluten-free is good for people that have celiac, but just because it's gluten-free doesn't mean that it is healthier. Is healthier for people that have allergies. So the when gluten-free items, they tend to be lower in protein, they tend to be lower in fiber, and in certain vitamins and minerals than gluten-containing counterparts. So gluten is very important for the wholeness of whatever a person is eating. Like, let's say wheat, for instance. You have people, oh no, I don't eat the meat. Well, some people, that is their disposition. Nevertheless, there are things that you can do to help get relief from gluten related disorders. And that's by avoiding gluten, when necessary. Okay. Now, that's a really important thing to know, because some people just like, they'll just say that they don't have the allergy, but they just eat gluten because they think, oh, I'll have less mucus, or I'll have more energy, or whatever they've been told about that. And it is indeed now a huge genre that people are like, oh, I have all my stuff is gluten. And to tell you the truth, for me personally, when I eat a cookie, or if I have bread or something without, and it doesn't have gluten in it. I remember I was out with some friends. We went, well, anyway, this park, I forgot his name, but we went to this park, and we went to a restaurant. They had these giant pizzas. And then I was like, whoa, he's saying, yes, and we have vegan pizza. It has vegan cheese and vegan, that stuff. So I said, yeah, let me have a slice. So I took the slice and I bit into it. It looked great, smelled great, but when I bit into that crust, it tastes like cardboard. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's like yuck. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I won't do that. And right. I won't be doing that again. Have you ever had that, Care?
I have. And like, I'm thinking of some crackers that I bought one time.
Oh, yeah.
It was like just a pack of cardboard in a pack. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna. That doesn't taste good.
Cardboard crunches.
Right.
All right, Kara, let's go ahead.
All right, breakfast cereal.
Now, breakfast cereal. This is Kara. Oh, where did you go? Oh, Kara. All right, we'll keep going. I don't know what happened to Kara's connection. But the breakfast cereal comes next, and the breakfast cereal, I really want. Oh, great. Okay, Care. When I say breakfast cereal, in some cases I'm talking about warm cereal, but we're not. We're just talking about cold right now. What do you get from a cold cereal, you think?
It's not as comforting to have cold cereal versus something that's warm. A lot of sugar tends to be in those cold cereal. So yes.
Very good. That's right on point. The refined grains and lack of filling nutrients like protein and fiber, all of this can be very high in added sugar also. So just like you said, something like Honey Nut Cheerios, which is marketed as a heart healthy, it contains 12 grams of added sugar per cup. Eating large amounts of the cereal like this one, particularly as a part of your diet, is already high in sugar, and it doesn't promote heart health. So just because they do it on TV, it doesn't mean that it's coming out of the mouth of your primary care physician. Now, I know it can be really, really upsetting sometimes, but these people are in the business of selling cereal. They're not in the business of giving you a nutrition consultation. So,
right. I know I used to really like Frosted Flakes. That was probably my favorite as far as cereal. And, I know that had a lot of sugar in it. Because I used to eat cornflakes, which is plain, and then you'll have it with the milk, and then I used to add sugar to it. But the Frosted Flakes, I didn't need to add sugar to it. So that lets you know right there that it was really sweet, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's great. One of the things about the cold sugar and the cold cereals is that you're going to be sitting there eating bowls of sugar. And I know that the sugar makes, and then there's some people they like the soaked up milk in their cereal, and others like it crunchy. I used to be not Apple Jacks. What's that? Captain Crunch.
Oh, okay.
I used to love Captain Crunch, eating those. And then one day I looked at Captain Crunch and say, "What is this?" You know, it looks like a little button or something. I was like, "What am I eating?" And
Right.
excuse me. And then after that, I remember in college, there's the football players who used to be walking around in the morning with a whole box, and they have a big spoon, and they have put the milk right in the box, and they eat it straight from the box.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
was the thing, I mean, you're young and you're doing your thing, but it's definitely not healthy. Let's take a couple of more.
All right. Some vegetable oils.
Okay, and some vegetable oils. I want you to, your body needs both of these omega-6 fats, and they also need omega-3 fats. Now, if you're not getting these, or you're not sure you're getting these, you want to make sure that you can just get these in supplements. They're already combined for you. They're in a capsule, and you'll get your different EFAs, essential fatty acids, like I'm going to say the eicosapentaenoic acid. Eicosapentaenoic acid. That's what that long word is here. See? So the ecosa, say that, Karen.
Elcosa penta. I see it. Elcosa penta acid.
Yeah. The EEI is like a eicosapentaenoic acid. This is really important. It's also called EPA. And then you have the docosa. So remember eicosa, and this suffix is prefix rather is docosa. Docosa. Docosa has hexanoic, the docosahexaenoic acid and the eicosapentaenoic acid. These are two of the oils that we can get from our nuts and from seeds, from different fruit, like we went over avocado. So it's really important. Unfortunately, modern day diets have a ratio of 20-1, far exceeding the body's needs for omega-6 fats. Researchers found that this imbalance in the omega-6 and omega-3 ratio is associated with systematic inflammation, and these studies suggest that it may contribute to disease risk. So you increase your risk of disease when you're not balanced with the EPA and DHA. So these are some of the things that we get from our food. But when the food is so tampered with as it is today, it's very difficult to know if you're getting them or not. Most people that eat in Western diet consume too much omega-6 rich fat and not enough omega-3s. Omega-3 is like the rare one. Make sure you get omega-3s. And for this reason, it's best to limit your intake of foods that are high in omega-6. These foods include the high in omega-6, which are soybean oil, the corn oil, sunflower oil, and products made with these oils, including many processed prepackaged foods such as baked goods, canned goods, and some of the items that you may find in dairy products, so on. Very, very interesting there. How we doing over here? We're looking great. We're going to get ready to wrap this up because we only have a little time left. But I'm just going to shoot through this right fast with you. Pre-made smoothies would be another thing that you want to watch out for, because they can be delicious, but they can also be packed with sugar, especially these sugar-laden products like sherbet and yogurt, and other pre-made packages, like that. They'll have like some kind of yogurt, like an ice cream vibe with other gels in it, or fruit flavors, and that kind of thing. So, although they may taste good to you, but they can really do a lot of damage on your health. Diet soda, this is even though diet soda contains no sugar and generally 0 calories. Studies show that these or those who drink diet soda regularly are more likely to develop certain health issues than people who don't drink it. For example, it's also associated with a higher risk of metabolic syndrome. Now, metabolic syndrome is a group of symptoms that include increased belly fat, blood sugar, blood pressure, and blood fats. So that's also known as triglycerides. So keep that in mind. It might look like a diet soda, but when you look at it, remember that this can increase your risk of metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome's risk can be increased, and it includes belly fat. This is, and a lot of guys have this, especially if you're over 44 inches, fellas. You can definitely increase the risk of some of the most deadly diseases known to our existence. So we want to definitely not do that. And that's like, what I mean by that is heart disease, atherosclerosis, the hardening of your veins and arteries, some cancers, and on, type 2 diabetes. All of that comes with this Diet Coke, or this. Sometimes when you think you're eating something that is highly palatable, you end up finding out, when you get educated about it, saying, oh no, that is a trap. They might put some things that diet by itself. Diet soda means that, like, you've heard that story where, yeah, give me 2 big burgers and 2 little burgers, and give me some fries. And put a salad with that, a small salad and a Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Because people actually honestly think that they're doing the healthier thing, despite eating all of those harmful foods. Now, let's talk about some of the plant-based meats. Plant-based meat, you say? What is that? Well, following a plant-centric diet. Plant-centric means that those diets that center themselves around eating plants. And that's what essentially what a plant-based diet is, meaning that they're centered around plants or vegetables and fruits. But guess what? That does not mean that you do not eat meat. You can be a plant-based lifestyle. You can have a plant-based lifestyle, but you're still eating meat, chicken, fish, shrimp, so forth. You see, that's why they'll say, no, I'm vegan, or because they want you to know exactly what they are. See, so when people ask me how do I eat, I say I have a meatless diet, and I'm done with it. All right, let's go on here. All right, frozen yogurt. Frozen yogurt, this right here gets you every time, even those yogurt joints that they have open, and they seem like it's a healthier choice of ice cream, for instance. And they go there and they'll get it. And then some people say, oh, this is yogurt. This is good for my microbiome. Remember, there are 3 things that is going to be amply distributed in the food that you get when you're out eating. SOS. What does that care? What does it stand for?
Salt, oil, and sugar.
There it is every time. And that is That's exactly what's going on when you are eating frozen yogurt. It feels good. You know, you're walking, you got a nice breezy top on, you feel good, you're laughing, you're enjoying yourself as you're throwing down something that will be harmful to your body. If you do this like once a month, even twice a month, if you just got to, you would definitely not be as affected by it. But this shouldn't be something that you're buying, putting into your freezer, and eating 2 or 3 every day. Yogurt covered pretzels and raisins. You already know what's that. That's just crazy. Some plant-based milks, some plant-based milks, the same thing here. You don't want to overdo it with plant-based milks. You want to have them as a choice. As a choice. What you're drinking mostly is water. If you are drinking water or something with water in it, this can help to defray that impact of a lot of sugar. And most people, if you have high sugar or you're pre-diabetic, you want to add more sugar to what you're drinking. Like I love different berry drinks, and I love carrot juice, which is very sweet. So I have to be aware of that. It's very easy to down a quart like that, especially on these hot days. So be aware of that. Okay. All right. And then we're at the summary here is, even though the food company markets many foods and beverages as healthy, some may not be so nutritious. Now, many of these foods are packed with added sugar and other ingredients that may negatively affect your overall health. Plus, many foods marketed as healthier options are much more expensive than the others. So that's another, of course, when it's selling it, they're going to sell it for more if they put this is healthy for you, and you want like, hey, I get a chance to eat this and be healthy at the same time, I'm going for it. I thought that I seen everything until I saw did you know that there was a popular diet called the ice cream diet? Yeah.
I never heard of it. I've heard you talk about it before, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to see. Hold on, everybody. I want you to hold on just for a minute. And Care, hold your horses right there, because I want to see if I can. Um, when I hear stuff a lot, I want to see it. So I'm going to see if we can actually, if we get this, it seems like the computer is working out great for us. So just hold on. What we want to do is we want to look up, what are we looking up, Care?
Ice cream diet.
Ice cream diet is in the house. Now I just got to get my.
Yolanda made a comment here saying, I never understood diet sodas. Just stay away from it. For me, it never tastes good anyway. So I'm like,
Yeah. Well, diet is actually, in general, just means, the lifestyle and which one eats. But they've like, if associate diets like for losing weight, or you got a diet for more energy, you got a diet for muscles. So here, ice cream diet, here it is right here. Diet, ice cream diet plan. I want you all to see this. So I'm going to go on share. Can you see that? Oh, here.
no, I don't.
Now you do, right? Oh, wait, no. How about now?
Mm. Add it to the.
Yeah. Can you see the
It's not on screen, but you would need to add it. Just go. I don't see it.
okay. Let me see here. Okay, I might have to just pass this one up. Share screen. I'll put that on there.
You if you add it and then you just hit the like.
Right there.
Let me see. Add to Add to stage.
Oh,
You want me to do it?
yes.
Okay. There.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know why that's called. Okay. All right. So here we go here, Kara. You have like, I want everybody to look at this, like, because I know when I was saying the ice cream diet, people say, oh man, he's just one of them dudes that always have, you know, and no, no, no. Here's ice cream diet here, and the article on the ice cream diet. Then you have up here, this guy lost 32 pounds on the ice cream diet. Are you seeing this? Do you see what I'm seeing, Care?
Yes. Yes, I
Uh,
do.
Here, I'm going to make it a little larger so everybody can see it here. And then is the 14 best and worst low calorie ice cream brands. And this is because they got into the ice cream brands because of the diets that were very popular. Also, the when it comes to ice cream, did you know that the fatter the ice cream, the more expensive it is?
Oh, I'm sure because I'm sure it tastes better.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of the fat people are actually, they eat the ice cream and they take the more fat is just like beef. Like for instance, Kobe beef is more expensive than just your regular beef. And
Mm,
that is because um, um, your Kobe beef has more fat. So
mm,
they'll feed the cow beer and a lot of grains and a lot of, they'll mix that diet to make the cat really fat. I mean, the cow really fat. And that's what happens with that. I see that Big Mama put the ice cream diet as a joke. That's for sure. Yeah. A little look at this person right here. It says, I gained muscle and lost body fat, and I ate a pint of ice cream probably every day.
mm-hmm.
Let's see.
A day or so. But
Yeah, I just saw that. Here it is, a pint of ice cream, a pint of ice cream a night.
oh, okay.
Now, this person ate the ice cream at night. Most likely that was before they were going to bed, right? So if
Yes.
they ate ice cream at night, what are we thinking? You know that if you're digesting food, you're going to interrupt with the rhythm of your heart when you're resting. Your
Mm-hmm.
heart is going to be rushing instead of slowing down and resting. So it's really important that you don't do that. Don't ever eat a large meal before you go to bed. The heart has to rest. It never stops, but it has to rest. And when you stop allowing it to rest, you are definitely challenging your health. Okay, so there you go. That's proof. I always like to have proof of what I'm talking about because when you don't, people just simply don't believe that. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to go ahead. If I don't take this down, I won't go because I. But thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Karen.
Right. Yolanda puts, wow, never heard of an ice cream diet. Well, there it is. And
Yeah,
that's what Dr. Zari does, brings the information to you. So yeah. Great information as always, Dr. Zarif. It's always, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so when you mentioned earlier going into the health food store, it kind of makes you, or for me anyway, I'll say I did feel more comfortable walking in there, but you still have to be on guard with certain things, because the health food store, they also have to um, have things that people want to buy, and those things can have a whole lot of sugar in it, and they have to make money and profit, and they know that's what sells, but
yes,
definitely you still have to know what to pick when you step into that store, the things to choose when you step into that store.
yes. That's quite real. It's really important not to ever surrender yourself to somebody else's idea of what is healthy, because in a lot of cases they're just selling the product. Okay. All right. Wow. Look at that camera shot. That's pretty doggone good. Um, so these are just so nicely cut. Anyway, uh, I'm going to get going, and we want you to. I want to thank Yolanda Rogers for being here. Wow, she took care of business today. Thank you so much. You,
Thank you.
you what such great company. Very, very good. And I am also. I want to thank people again. Spiral by Noah Singh. I want to shout out to Sun Knight, and we have Don or Don. Thank you very much for being here, along with Chanel. Chanel's language learning. Thank you very much for being here. Wow, that's very good. Thank you so much. We have our Instagram is picking up. We apologize for a few weeks in a row of having so many connection problems there, but we got it all working out now. Again, let me remind you, everybody, your subscription is subscribing and making sure you're leaving comments, letting other people know, what you feel, what you heard, how you enjoyed it, and we really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be here next Saturday at 8 a.m. PST, ready to do it all over again. I love this show because we get a man's perspective and we get a woman's perspective, and we can definitely get, this is all about balance. So thank you so much. We want you to share, 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 and this will help so many people. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely.